All right, so this is it. Everybody on the internet is fucking excited as shit about this. We've been waiting for it for a really, really long time, and it finally happened. And sometimes I wonder, like, people think that all the dudes online who make videos about the Nicki Minaj and Cardi B fight are just a bunch of sexist pigs. I disagree. The reason why people like me and people like academics and Dom is Live and everybody, we all get really excited when there's girl beef in rap. Want to know why? Because they're girls. They don't weigh that much. They're not as strong as dudes. They don't usually shoot each other. So it just feels a lot more fun. It's like we don't have to worry about all the things. Like, who would be the dude versions of Nicki Minaj and Cardi B right here? If this was like, well, Nicki Minaj is obviously 50 Cent in a dress. And then Cardi B is Tekashi 6ix9ine. If Tekashi 6ix9ine and 50 Cent had beef, there would be a very, very real chance of violence. It doesn't feel like that's really gonna happen when it comes to these girl rappers. And that's why I got so much shit for getting excited when Lil Tay and Wo Vicky and Bad Baby were going at it. They're like, oh, this is just exciting for you to have, like, you know, a bunch of like little girls beefing or whatever. I'm like, no, you don't understand. This is fun because we can just talk about it. When it's like Yo Gotti and Young Dolph beefing, I kind of want to stay out of it because that's some real shit. People are getting hurt over shit like that. I don't want to jump in. But when it's girls beefing, it feels a little bit safe because you don't think that they're going to attack each other. God damn, I got to turn off my noise.
Only thing.
No TTS during the video. Okay, anyway. It turns out that we were wrong. Turns out that the chance of violence is actually, it's there. And it happened. And I'm sure you guys have all seen the videos, and I'm not going to use them here because I don't want to get this video taken down by TMZ. But Nicki Minaj and Cardi B got into a fight at New York Fashion Week, which is, you know, I'm using the CNN article here just because I think it's kind of funny that CNN has an article about this. You know, obviously I could keep it within the culture and I could go to XXL or whatever. But for anybody who's seen the video or read about what happened, more or less the scenario was that Nicki Minaj was at this big party. Cardi sees her there. Cardi runs up to her. Cardi starts to try to get in her face to like argue with her about apparently the fact that Nicki liked a tweet that basically inferred that Cardi B was a bad mom. And so I don't know if this is a 100% factual thing. I don't know if she actually did like this tweet. I don't know if she liked it and then unliked it. I don't know if it's just somebody making a fake screenshot, trying to stir up some beef, because I could see those as being very realistic options. But Cardi was pissed. And these chicks have been acting like they like each other for like a really long time, or acting like there's not this overt beef. But now we can finally look at it and we can finally say, okay, thank you very much for keeping it real and letting us know just where you guys are at in this whole little rivalry right now. Let's see, is Cardi B's statement still up on her Instagram? Because I could definitely see her having removed it. Oh, yep, it's still there. And I feel like a dramatic reading is in order. Should I try to do Cardi's accent? I don't think it's going to work. I'm going to sound racist. I let a lot of shit slide. No, I'm not going to do it like that. I let a lot of shit slide. I let you sneak diss me. I let you lie on me. I let you attempt to stop my bags, fuck up the way I eat. You've threatened other artists in the industry. Told them, if they work with me, you'll stop fucking with them. Which, by the way, this is exactly how the industry works. Somebody like Cardi B, or excuse me, Nicki Minaj, you know she's having those little low-down conversations with people like, no, don't do a song with her. I'll do a song with you. Just don't do a song with her. Whatever. That shit gets around. This has just been brewing for a long time. I let you talk big shit about me. I addressed you once in person. I addressed you a second time in person. And every time you cop the plea. But when you mention my child, you choose to like comments about me as a mother. Make comments about my abilities to take care of my daughter is when all bets are effing off. I've worked too hard and I've come too far. Notice how she used both forms of two here. It shows that she just really doesn't give a shit. To let anybody fuck with my success. Bitches talk all that shit in their raps, but in real life, they pussy. This shit really is for entertainment. Wow. She's really going for it. Bad bitch of the century. Look at her. Our little hero. What do I think of this? Well, first off, what's crazy about it is that it just really doesn't matter who's in the right. I saw a tweet earlier that completely sums this up. But basically, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter whether Nicki Minaj is in the right or in the wrong, because the sentiment that I have seen from this has been so in the direction of villainizing Nicki Minaj and sort of giving Cardi B the benefit of the doubt. And it's really, really telling about where we are at right now in terms of both of their public perceptions. Because people immediately, let's take an objective look at this. Now that the facts seem to be sort of known, Cardi B was the instigator, at least in the sense that she was the one who went and got in Nicki's face, or attempted to get in Nicki's face. For anyone who's seen the goiter, it's in the thumbnail of this video. It's not goiter, but it's like a big ass egg on her head. She got that because she ran up on Nicki Minaj, and then allegedly Nicki Minaj's friend, or maybe one of her security guards, possibly might have used their elbow to keep her from getting close. So, I mean, Cardi was the one who was the aggressor. So traditionally, when we look at how disputes, physical disputes, play out in the public eye, traditionally, the person who's the aggressor, the person who commits the first violent act, in this case, she apparently like threw a shoe or something along those lines, normally is the person that we view as being the one who's in the wrong. That seems to have been put on hold here, because as soon as this thing started going viral online, the story started becoming anti-Nicki Minaj. Immediately people were like, oh, Nicki was talking bad about Cardi's daughter, because you can kind of hear Cardi saying something along those lines. Well, the truth is that Nicki liked a tweet, possibly, allegedly, in which something was said negatively about Cardi's daughter. It's not like Nicki Minaj was at the friggin' fashion party sitting around saying, you know who sucks? That culture. That kid? That kid sucks. No, that would be really weird. That's very hard for me to imagine that Nicki Minaj would just be sort of sitting around the round table, just sort of dissing an infant. Hard for me to imagine. So Cardi B, but in these tweets that I saw that had thousands of retweets, they're basically saying that that's what happened. So people just immediately, as this thing cracks off, are immediately trying to paint Nicki as being in the wrong. And then as more concrete reports come in that sort of contextualize everything that was going on, it seems that Nicki was actually the cool, calm, collected one who just happened to have, her people and her security all around her. I mean, if you have an angry Nicki Minaj or an angry Cardi B coming for you while you're at this party and you're Nicki Minaj, obviously you're just going to have a wall of security around you. You should have a bunch of big-ass dudes around you. That's just how the game goes. Nicki Minaj would be a fool to not have that. Cardi B probably should have known better. She probably should have known. I mean, it's not like she thought this out, She just wanted to pop off. She's mad as fuck. I know exactly how that is. You get mad as shit, and then you just run up to somebody in a club, start screaming. All of a sudden, security's breaking it up before you can even do anything. If you had been acting rationally, maybe you wouldn't have done it. But you weren't acting rationally. You were just wilding the fuck out because you're mad. I totally understand where you're coming from, Cardi. But just the fact that, Cardi is being given the benefit of the doubt here really says a lot about how people view Nicki Minaj. Now, the great thing is that Nicki posted photos afterwards looking like $1 million, completely untouched, no problems at all. And then Cardi, on the other hand, has a giant egg growing out of her head, which is kind of unfortunate because you know how people are going to view this scenario. But going forward, it's like, what do we have to look forward to? There's going to be so much. Because now, for some reason, Nicki Minaj has a radio show. Queen Radio. I still haven't listened to it, but I've heard a lot about it. Read a lot of quotes, heard some snippets and everything. The question is just really how will Nicki describe and spin this situation to make herself look good? Because I think Nicki's position, she's really the ball's in her court. If she plays this situation right, she's going to be able to paint Cardi as being an unhinged psychopath who's freaking out over nothing and blah, blah, blah. I don't really see that happening, though. I think I see Cardi, however, Cardi will, I'm not going to say that she's a liar, but she will find a way to spin this so that she looks good, so that she seems as if she's in the right. And then Nicki, from what we've seen of her over the past few weeks, even when she is handed a golden opportunity, she seems like she pretty consistently is able to fuck it up. And you all know what I'm talking about. This is just something that she'll just do. She'll just make herself sort of look silly, whatever. Because, I mean, she didn't have to take an L on that whole Travis Scott #1 album thing. And instead, she, like, literally still, there was a headline, like, a couple days ago where she said that she wanted to punch Travis Scott in the face for what he did in denying her #1 album. If I were Nicki Minaj right now, I would want a wall of publicists and PR people, etc., surrounding my every move. I would not be wanting to make sort of willy-nilly moves. I would want to be doing everything very calm and collected and stuff, because her behavior just seems so erratic at times. And I just feel like this is an opportunity where it should be so easy for her to pull the W, just because she came out unscathed and Cardi did not. But we'll see. We'll see how Nicki Minaj's PR skills are right now. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this. I already got a thumbnail, so I had to make it. Head on over to nojumper.com. Check out some of our stuff. We got all kinds of crazy new stuff up on there right now. Follow me on Instagram, @Adam22, Twitter, Instagram. Cardi B, let me know when you want to do the interview. Nicki Minaj, let me know when you want to go drink some Four Locos. We out.